Oh hey internet, what is up? Welcome back to the Type QQ channel as we take a look at a new game. Just happened on, just released on Steam just the other day, called Maidens of a Hollow Dream. Seems like an interesting game. I've only played a couple runs prior to this run, so we got a couple things unlocked, but that's really about it. I really just got the basics down and figured, hey, let's fucking do it already. And of course, this game doesn't come with its oddball amount of weirdness as well. Released by the same publisher that released Tent to Shooter. You know, there's some sort of oddball. I mean, I guess, come on, I shouldn't really kink shame anyone on the internet, I suppose. But yeah, it's proclaiming itself to be maybe like the first and best loincloth shoot 'em up. So all the lady characters in this game are not wearing pants or even panties, if that's such as the bar of expectations. But this is sort of like weird, sort of like loincloth sash. But yes, okay. So if that, let's just. We'll just say that's what brought us all here, and then continue on with the rest of this game footage. Essentially, what you see right now is a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up with like essentially two characters. They give each other, they work in tandem, giving themselves different attack possibilities, I suppose. The one with the brown hair right now is your sort of DPS. Your main attacking character, which also has your sort of that sort of green circle around it is also your life gauge. Your support character allows you to sort of phase through walls and bullet patterns if you see fit, that sort of thing. On top of that, you can attack with your support character. However, it's not really as strong. So what you want to do essentially for high scoring points is to attack with your support character to kind of soften up enemies and then finish them off with your sort of main character here, your attack character. However, I'm not really messing around with points, as you can see in this run particularly. I'm just trying to get the gist of it down, get the sort of get the overall sense kind of before we start talking about advanced score, that sort of thing. But I mean, past all the sort of Japanese perviness, I suppose, that just seems to penetrate every sort of game of shmups lately. I really like this game. It only has 4 levels and a few difficulties. So I think this is certainly a game that we could certainly, look to try to 1cc. Especially now that I'm noticing that, this normal difficulty seems very doable, at least in this first level. What I really enjoy the most is just how large and grand each level is, where you can essentially move above, your normal sort of screen size. Like every stage seems very tall. Here we are with a sort of mini boss, not really the level 1 final boss. This sort of weird duck lizard, I suppose. And there she goes. That's what you get for wearing pants in this game. You and your little Godzilla monster get killed. Yeah, we're just kind of skipping over the dialogue. I suppose if there is a story, we might be better off not knowing what's going on with girls with no pants. And cool enough, what I've noticed in the couple runs that I've done is that the game continues on. There's no sort of pausing or loading screens. You finish the section and you're on to the next one. So if you have a groove, that's awesome. If you have a hand cramp, maybe not so much. But as you can see right now that we took some damage against that boss somewhere. So now not only is it dropping like coins and gems, little health icons as well. The coins will allow us to buy upgrades, which allowed us to buy a couple upgrades for which you see currently, which is our support character shooting those missiles and such. And the gems are going to fill up over time our special gauge. Our special gauge, which is on our bottom left, with a sort of special counter, which are the 3 orbs there in the center of the bottom screen. Once your gauge is full, it'll turn into one of those green gems, and that will kind of signify how many specials you have. The 3 being like a super attack that also heals you. So we've kind of been sort of saving that for when the time is right, and not really wasting, little tiny specials here and there. But the musical choice in this game is a little bizarre. I do have to say that. It seems like we have nice long stages with a sort of, a rock track that kind of cycles. I mean, we'll hear the song maybe 2 or 3 times by the end of this level, and it seems, I don't know, seems a little off. Yeah, you can see how we kind of phase through the wall there. And one thing to consider as well, if we're seriously looking to 1cc this game, is that we have 1 life. We have that sort of life bar, and once that's over, it's over. Now, granted, we can take multiple hits, so in a way we have maybe multiple lives, per se, with the ability to heal ourselves. So, maybe it's better than having just, stock 3 or 4 lives. But something to consider, So I guess in a way, if you beat this game, it's always going to be a 1cc, because you always have that 1 life. Although there might be might be options to kind of use continues as well. I don't know. Maybe that's something unlocked or something in the options as well. There you go. She's talking about now she has to pee. Yeah, we need to skip that. There we go, kind of telling us our point totals for our level 1. Now we're into a sort of cave system here. As you can tell, on the bottom right-hand side of the screen is our experience gauge as well. That may play into some of our upgrades as well. But as you can see, we haven't really leveled up to really see what happens when we do. That's what I would get. That's what I would gander. That's what I would gather. That's what I would wonder. Maybe the high-powered stuff doesn't unlock until you're higher level. Not a very good dodge there. A lot going on, but one thing you could tell is a giant bowling ball, a giant pink bowling ball entering our face. But yeah, it's good to play another shmup again of some variety. I know we've been playing Slain a lot, and we've been meaning to play Kaiken a lot, but we really did that's on me. I really did a really garbage job of doing that. So it's kind of good, we find some sort of rebound in this game, which is certainly a little out of the ordinary for me to find a lot of interest in it. I mean, I like the nice big avatars that we have, but just the tiny sort of hitboxes, like the hearts, the sort of classic shmup stuff. You know, very Gundonium, just without pants. And sometimes in controls as well, where one button does your, you know, attacks to the right and the other one to the left. You know. We're taking on all kinds of damage here with the looks like these sort of mole characters jumping out of the dirt and shooting bullets everywhere. So maybe not a good place to kind of stand in the middle of. Dark Screamer. Oh, we got ourselves a bat. Not exactly sure where our sort of hitbox is on the boss, but it looks like we're doing enough damage just generally in its vicinity to do the deed. Well, there we go. Now we're using our special attack. Holy shit. And to good regard as well, because we did heal quite a lot there. Absolutely dissolved that bat. Like, that was a special attack. Literally, like the whole screen, unavoidable, was just damage. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if this is something you want to see more of. You know, if you want to see a 1cc or just some random plays of. Excuse me. I don't know why recently I've been gravitating to some of the more bizarre ones, but so be it. But, you know, if this is a bit too weird and a little on the casual side, or less of the sort of serious badassery of classic games, let me know. You know, I can certainly just do this on this game on my free time. But it certainly seems deceptively deep enough that I think it could be captivating enough for a series. But yeah, pick this up on Steam on a whim. It's about like $8, $9, $10, something like that. And yeah, usually I don't really have the play money to kind of, you know, buy new releases when they come out. And so, like, you know, I guess to a certain degree, people would be like, so why haven't you picked up this game and that game and this game and this game, you know, that are already out and that we know are amazingly awesome and I should be playing, and instead I bought this, and I'm like, you know, I get it and I feel you. I mean, that's exactly the mind frame I had. Really close quarters there. And I don't know. I don't know if I really have an explanation other than the fact that this game just looked so unique and so peculiar. I just taking damage there, not really phasing out when we should, and having the sort of wall crush us. Yeah, it just seemed very bizarre and interesting. I just had to kind of jump in there firsthand. Spider Girl, let's do it. Let's kiss and battle. Very interesting boss here that's making us kind of run back and forth. You know, escaping its contact damage as well as its bullets. We're using a special back there, just kind of. Oh, there it is. Not nearly enough of a dodge there to really survive this run. So that's it. That's maybe the second run that we've done. So that's gonna go in the L column. But it looks like we can continue on if we so cared. Looks like we had a credit there, so looks like you do have a couple lives extra. But we're not gonna worry about that too much. Yeah, 4 stages. We can do that. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. We'll come back and play some more Maidens in the future.